Real quick. Hey everybody, welcome! I'm going to hop right over to the left monitor here because we're about to start the draft for the new and improved Sweatsuit Invitational. Mostly like the old Sweatsuit Invitational, except there's more prizes on the line. We're playing for cash. Hunter Pence and crew, especially Spadone, got support from Wizards of the Coast, so there's arena gem prizes, there are cash prizes, and of course the coffee and the glory are still on the line, which they have been all along. You can win prizes if you're here live. You can do exclamation point giveaways and learn about that stuff. We got a rare, but it is gold and not very good. In a bomb heavy format, this is not the bomb we are looking for. Really, this isn't the pack we're looking for. This is not a great start, if we're honest. There's Hookhand Mariner as a fine mid-curve play. Fleeting Spirit might be a reasonable place to start. Really? I don't... That's not worth it. I don't think that's worth it. Well, I certainly don't like it as a gold pick. Maybe you could talk me... like, that doesn't read good to me. But many things don't read good to me, and then I turn out to be wrong about them. So anyway, Fleeting Spirit as a 2-drop with a pretty annoying ability, and Heron as just a nice solid 4 jump out at me. The Flourishing Hunter is fine too. I'm going to take Fleeting Spirit out of a pretty weak pack, let's be honest. Spirit, Mariner, or Heron, I went for the 2-drop. You know, always a reasonable tie break, right? So we got a white card, but I don't... like, whatever. Although, honestly, the best card here might be Fierce Retribution anyway. Catgeist is all right. Runebound Wolf is all right. Hey, Marshall. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. I'm glad I caught that in chat, because in this particular left monitor view here, I don't get my usual sounds and alerts. So thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. Now help me figure out this pick. We have a Fleeting Spirit to start. Blood Fountain. I guess I just take a Fierce Retribution. I like a Blood Fountain. I like an Impulse. I like a Retribution. I like a Wolf. I like a Catgeist. Kind of all the 1 and 2 mana spells here are where I'm at, and I'll just take the one that that matches the card I've got right now. A little bump. You know, you don't want to marry your first pick or not see the signals, but at the same time, I do have a Fleeting Spirit, and if I'm looking for tie breaks, that's a pretty reasonable one. What do you like here? Minister, again, might be among the best cards in the pack anyway, and it's in our color, and I like cutting the white as well. We take the last white card out of this pack. Nobody's really thinking of a rare duel as a signal. So we'll take the Minister and stay mono. I like that. Well, that's the thing, Pablo, but the way I earn gems in this event is not rare drafting, it's actually winning. Yeah, Marsh, we were talking. Are you gonna... I mean, I love that you raided me. Hello. Welcome, Raiders, again. I mean, if you don't know who I am and you came from Marshall's stream, just so you know, Marshall's known him since he was a teenager. And we decided to start a little podcast together about watchmaking. No, wait, something else. I don't know. Infestation Expert is pretty good. We can take that as our first non-white card. Desperate Farmer, also good. Wolf Strike here, though. I suppose we could just take some removal. But the Expert is impactful enough that I could see it beating out the Wolf Strike. What do you think? I'm looking for chat help. Some people would rather have the Expert. I mean, it's good. Yeah, Will is not good enough to take here, I don't think. Well, one thinks that if they're going to take a wolf strike, they might end up with some green creatures. That's really the idea there, but I get you. Half your creatures not being too exciting with it. Let's go ahead and expert. Lantern Bearer still here is somewhat signally. There's a Celebrant and a Ridge Wolf as well. I like both of those. Diver Scob is all right if you're doing the thing. But really, I'd rather be... even if we're doing the exploit thing, I'd rather have the bear to be exploiting. All right. Yeah, I think chat's with me on the bearer as we look for where we're landing. Looks like we could get out of white at this point if something really... if it dried up and something else hit us in the face. But... looking like we're white looking for a partner. Blue-white feels like it has a lot of play, just a lot of value, and looks like it might be where we're at with some solid playables here still in the color. Minister number 2. I don't like the Hopeful Initiate that much, but it's all right, I guess. I just think the Minister is a better 1-drop if we're going to take a 1-drop. And then I like a Cruel Witness. There's some other stuff here. I mean, Toxic Scorp and Witch's Web are playable, so the green is still on the table. I agree that this is playable, but I just think Minister's better. And that's a fair point. That's kind of what the mechanic is missing. Give us a 1-drop training creature in white at common, and then maybe training to do something more than it has. A lot of good cards here. Like, this is a fully playable pack at with pick 7. What? I want to see what was taken out of this pack. Jeepers. But yeah, I like a chill given what we're looking at. I don't think we need to take a white card here. I like the Lantern, the Disciple, and Disciple. I take Disciple before Slayer even. I think it's Chill or Disciple. I've really liked Chill. Maybe I'm overvaluing it. We were playing it earlier today, and it, you know, although today is hardly a sample size for anything except the variants of Magic. Repository Scob, not unplayable. Although we'd want some more bearers, that would be nice. Yeah, it is pushing. It's really a bear. But hey, we've seen it do some work. I'm looking at the red and almost wanting to just grab a red card at this point. We've seen a lot of good red go by, but with the bearer and the chill were late as well, so I'm going to stick with it, but I'm feeling like I'm missing a boat here on red, and that worries me. Scob is okay, but it's somewhat of a non-bow if you're trying to fill your yard with disturbed creatures. Rallier could play, I suppose. Yeah, I guess it's better than something, a 5-drop non-bow. Yeah, Blood Hypnotist is good. This is where I'm feeling like I'm... Maybe the ship hasn't sailed on red and I'm even supposed to take one now. More gems for Rob. I guess for a Wanderlight Spirit, we can hedge to the impulse here. That's not much of a cost. Toxic Scorp still around makes me want to take that too. And we could still have inroads to any other of the colors. But yeah, this is true. Geistlight Snare in blue-white is just fine and somewhat signally that it's still here. We should just take it. I'm trying to find the most perfect open lane, but I think it's just blue-white. I think we're going to see a lot of red that makes us shake our fists a bit. Fear of Death, at least as an enchantment, can work in with some of the synergies here. Yeah, 2 cards I'm pretty underwhelmed by. I don't know what you all think. Are you playing this? Are you playing this? I guess I'll take Interaction. in case we don't have anything better. Although now I've got, speaking of medium interaction, second Fear of Death or first Beguiler. Yeah, I don't like Fear either, but here we are at the end of a pack, so, you know, I'll take that one. Dreadlight Monstrosity is all right as a top end, too. Ill-Tempered Loner saying one last wave. Are you sure? Not much here. You think we bail on the white? It's true that the white has been kind of what's dried up, although the ministers have been coming in late. But it's true, we don't, you know, I don't know. Red was open. We feel like blue is open. Maybe this is just powerful enough that we do hedge to that, Pablo. Draft in the hard way or the crazy way? I don't know. This, but that's the War Furnace and Pablo identifying the crux, which is over what? You know, we get one of these very playable but medium blue cards. That's really what we got. Medium playables. So we may as well hedge. I mean, that's a bomb. And all we passed is some medium playables. That's true. We are playing in pod. The worst case here is that we have pulled a bomb from a possible opponent. A braid, I see. Let's see what else. Yeah, if we're getting a braid here and we're only pack 2, I think it's time to lean in. It'd be crazy if we ended up not white. I mean, it was the one thing I was sure of as we left pack 1 is we were trying to figure out what we're pairing with white. Alexis, not wrong. We may have, we've already passed white's power level here. Let's cut the green. I don't think we're going to do that. Sweatsuit backdraft, that would be, we'd get John Laux out of retirement for that. Pandering to the LR raid here. No, I know you're not. It's just you're not joking, and yet it is funny. Ridge Wolf or Skulker? Or is there white to pull us back? There's not, though. That's the thing. The white is just gone. So I think I think white has left us. Oh yeah, there's impulse too. I should have named that. I think I want to fill out 2-drop creatures before I add more impulses. I think we'll get a second impulse, and that seems like plenty. I want to make sure we have 2s. So I want. Oh, the skull. Sorry, I was thinking of this as the Catgeist. This is the Skulker. I think we do take Skulker. I was talking about filling out my 2s, but we don't have deep at, we're not deep at 4, and I like the Skulker, so let's take it. Yeah, I mean, 3 unblockable into your next best thing unblockable is, you think it's generally bad? I mean, you do have to be, if you're not attacking, you got yourself a Hill Giant, but it's a Hill Giant that comes back as an aura that wins games. It wins games that you have stabilized in. Right? But it doesn't win games where you're struggling from behind. I get that. But we could end up, I mean, do you know what anything we are? Maybe we're taking an essence here. Well, are we white? I kind of thought we were moving on from white, but now I'm not sure. You think easy essence? You don't like an entomber? If we're doing that? I mean, we're not on Lightning Wolf. We are pretty low on 3s. We're hoping this is a 2. All right. Chat's on red, blue. Now we take a blood petal over some card draw and some clunky removal. We do need to... is it over Boros? I mean, we got a lot of medium stuff. I guess I guess we get to decide which of our medium stuff we're going to do. But I do like supporting our best card here with more picks. And as Alexis points out, our best 2 cards like Abrade and Loner. Impulse is probably in the top 7. Cradle of Safety. More Ministers. We could have like the 4 Minister deck. It's really... On the one hand, white seems not open. On the other hand, Ministers pick 6 and everything. I don't know. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I might still just take it. Whatever. Somebody get the dumpster fire going. The bridge is out ahead. Another Minister. There's a Chill, a Cruel, Heron of Hope. What am I doing? Probably want Heron of Hope number 1 over Minister number 4. I think that's right. We're only pack 2. Yeah, maybe we're banking into Boros here. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows what's going on? What's going on? Back to blue? Griff Rider? I guess Witness if we take... this is crazy. This is dumb, but whatever. I'm going to keep... the good news is, like, blue and white are pretty open, but medium, and then red isn't super open, but... I don't know. I'm not feeling like I'm drafting very good at this point, but now I'm just chuckling. Entomber over Escort. Escort's not doing anything. We don't need another one of these. Adamant Will or Scob. Yeah, this draft is a train wreck that could still be saved. We're wrecking, but we're not wrecked. Well, we might, because we're no longer blue-white. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see, War Furnace. The gods have heard you, I think. We'll be pulled into it shortly. Rallier. Well, we know we're not green. I don't need another Beguiler. Take a Rallier. Servitor we can cast. But we sure hope not to. Much like this. I'll take a Frenzied Devils over an Efficient. I don't think the Efficient ever deserves to see play. It's too clunky. Well, Ballista Watcher would reward us for some commitment to red. I've played it once. I've played it once in blue-red heavy spells, and it was okay. And what are our other options in our Jeskai realm? We could take the Whispering Wizard. I don't think anything is easy at this point, because you could argue Imprisonment if you were sure we were white. But we'll take it. It continues to solidify red as having our best cards. I don't think you think red is, our white is better than our red? I think between getting the Watcher and having the Loner and having the Abrade, I'm just gonna keep taking the best card and we'll see. This is a crazy pack too. We got Quartermaster, Bearer, a good mythic, Mimic. Sorry, not good rare in the Mimic. That's kind of conflating Mythic and Mimic. And then Imprisonment. Let's take the spicy one at least, right? Sure. Now we're getting back to where, like, honestly, the big thing white is offering is Ministers. Epicure. Maybe the Snare Wheels. Yeah, I can take that over Binding Geist. Is it one planes? I don't think so. Cruel. We have a cruel. We have one Cruel Witness. Here, I'll cut all the white, and so we'll immediately get past some crazy white card. Not so much. But we get a nice 2 for us. It's not amazing here, but good enough. Just as a 2/1 flyer for 2 is fine. I don't know even how much we're targeting it, but we need it for the curve. Speaking of, 3 is a spot we now need to fill. I don't want to put Blood Servitors in if I can help it. Yeah, it's true. We got some Disturb going on. Not a ton, but some. Bearer on Drake. See, you know, if we want 3 mana, draw a card, we can, but that's not really a combo, right? But exactly, Rob. Let's French vanilla test that and be quite happy. And be quite happy to pick up a Siphon Essence here. Makes these early plays all the more important to hit counters on 3. So much better to have a Siphon Essence in this deck than to do something like run Blood Servitors. I do kind of dismiss the power of it, but it is best of 3, so you're right on that front. I have been playing so much best of 1 lately, I've been thinking in those terms, but it's totally legit to think about that card for sideboarding especially. Another Fear of Death or a Scob. I guess we take another Scob. We're going to have enough dead creatures that aren't value dead to draw a card here and there. Yeah, let's get rid of this card, right? Cruel Witness, good to see. We just take that, although we're a little thick at 4. But I don't think I want a board, although this could be okay. Maybe just Ridge Wolf. Wash Away is also reasonable. Cut the Fangs, funny for last pick. I think I want we don't have much in the way to make this +1 and trample, but I do like filling out the curve. And we do have some, you know, we can drop a loner or a watcher. Another Skulker. Don't think we really want 2 of those given the thickness of our 4s. But what else are we taking? We don't need another one of these. At that, if we're not taking Skulker, we're hating sideboard options like this thing. But yeah, so we're either hating from Oppos or taking a Skulker. I don't think we're playing the Scob really. So maybe these play. Here's another Wolf. We'll do that. They feed each other that way. Passing a lot of Cruel Witnesses, but So far, I think every time we have, it's been correct. We might play a sure strike. I mean, we're only at 23. We could hate something, but strike is playable enough. We'll take it. True does go on Drake, maybe even over like a fear. Hey, I was hoping this would come around. Although this is more of a blue-white card, but I'd slot this in as a bad mana leak that can get cheaper, and we don't have much going on at 3, and we want to kind of protect early aggression. Well, we'll see. We were pulled in so many directions during the draft that now we don't have a lot of choices. Last pick gems. Yeah, what a weird draft, huh? That's how it goes sometimes. Could just cut a monstrosity and call this a deck. Let's see our baseline numbers. So this is 16 creatures. Yeah, this is pretty mad, you're right. So like there's Entomber, Monstrosity, like we don't need that. We have, if we're gonna run 2 Skulkers, we just don't need a Monstrosity doing that job. I don't like the spells we're getting back. If we get back counter spells, they know about it, and then they can play around it really easily. We could get back an Abrade and an Impulse, and that's okay. But there's just not a lot going on that we get back. Right. I mean, our only actual piece of removal, but that's what I mean. We just don't have a lot. So we might have this Scob that's just not doing anything. So I'm going to keep it out to start. I think cutting one of these 2 is probably correct. And yeah, we could consider playing this, especially like we could do this, you know, this isn't offensive to me. "14 creatures, 2 Scobs." Yeah, it has a little bit of synergy. All right. Yeah, there's a lot I'm not a fan of here, but the draft was interesting. Can't say it wasn't an interesting draft. You'd rather Entomb than Fear, says Math. You can make that the last question. Do a quick 20-second poll. Are we adding Entomber or Fear? Did I spell Entomber right? Entomber, however I spelled it. All right. But I do need at least that. If actually, I think we want 9/8 mountains because most of our early plays are red. And we got double red over here. Not sure why I was even suggesting the more blue. But to Arena with us. I'm not getting audio out of my earbuds. I think I'm going to switch to my cans. It's probably because I have my cans plugged in. I don't know who we're up against. Did I just import this already? Well, let's delete it anyway, and then I'll import again. Here, help me figure out who we're up against. Huh. This algorithm really wanted more islands as well. Overruled. Thank you. All right, now I gotta find. Go here. No free memes. Oh, there's to say. Couldn't believe there's no free memes. Then you got one. Go, and then now I'm going to switch my streaming window to MTGA. There we go. Remember to do that. Port scores to MTGArena. And then, let's see, is it announcements that has the account information? Indeed. Here we go. Oops. Oh, there we go. See what we get. I don't know if anyone can check on the ITA's stream. See if we are locked or just waiting. That's always useful. Also useful if I get the chat window back up. All right, there we go. All right, Celebrant into some counters. We'll take it. Oppo on the play would be better if we were on the play, said the obvious guy. Yeah, it's unfortunate. You got that thing down.
How are we doing this? I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. Where is it? I lost it in the side. I lose.
Boy, I don't even like that card, but I'm not going to do nothing here. I'm going to counter that. Reckless Impulse. That could change our line here if we wanted to try that. But at this point, let's see, Mimic. I don't want to mimic any of these things, so I'm kind of on Island, Pass, Hold Up, Siphon, Essence. And yeah, we'll counter anything here, and boy, we could even cycle this away and then cast it as an aura. And just say we're going to make Celebrants until you stop it? What do you think? Is that crazy? They're down to 2 cards. Yeah, extra wide Celebrants. They're kind of tapped out. And does it do it on... when's the first one happen? Beginning of your upkeep. So we do have to untap with it. I think I'm going to do that. Make him have it. I got a plan, Oppo. What you going to do about it? Ooh, we could copy that instead. Although, they don't really get better in multiples. It's at least bigger, though, you know. But if we get if it lives, it's just not going to matter, right? I'm just gonna go with my plan. It's funny. Endless we are going to celebrate. Well, we made him have it. They only had 2 cards. I think that was fine. We're looking good. Impulse, and then Watcher? Or just Ridgewolf Watcher. Probably overthinking it. We should just Ridgewolf Watcher. Get on board here. Now we can Impulse and Witness. This Paladin's annoying. I might just offer the Watcher for it. But yeah, we could shrink it. How about Shrink and Witness? Then we can send in. You like Witness first? Oh yeah, right, because it's non-creature. Sorry, I got excited. I was trying to do the right thing and do this after combat, you know? Like you're supposed to. But instead I screwed up. Or maybe it was a little suboptimal, but we do have... and we do have mana open, so I'm going to press them on the attack. So we could have scryed ourselves an Epicure. Oh, they flipped it for us. That's bonkers good, but I kind of like Impulse pre-combat here to see what we get. In that. Impulse plus counter spells isn't the best, but It kind of says, well, you don't get to do anything next turn. And I played the land, but I couldn't loot it away with the blood or anything. Yeah, we swing all now. Yeah, I like that. We can just kill this thing. I guess maybe I should kill the sharpshooter first, since it's... But this has relevant text on it, right? So I kind of like that, getting in the yard there. I've also taken myself below essence levels, but I don't know. This feels pretty great. Like, maybe I haven't been perfect in this game, but our draw has been good enough to overcome that. And now, oh, that's on the can't block is the other. But we can still send in witness and kill the sharpshooter. I'm going to start there. Can even send... Yeah, I'll send the Ridge Wolf as well. That's fine. Maybe they have a Wrath with how they're blocking, but maybe that just needed to die. I'm a little... I mean, do we play around a Wrath to the point of not running out a Ridge Wolf here? We can at least make it go to night that way. So let's do that. We get... Basically, we get that value back out of the night flip, right? It's funny. We can't really ping this to death. It's ward 2 every time. But we've still got big stuff here. Looking fine. We can at least make it not block, and then we should just be good. 4, yeah. I pinged their face all right, Hammer. With the fists of my creatures. Oh, sorry. Then I probably missed a ping. We got there anyway. Good call. Oh, we don't have a... All right, so we got green, white, Wolf Strike is their interaction that we've seen. Paladin, pretty good. Yeah, does ping any target. Good thing to remember. But yeah, mostly, like, it's so great to get the blockers out of the way for extra damage. We don't have much in the way to board here. We kind of lost that right when during deck building, or during the draft, when we used so many picks on figuring out where we were. But we do have an Entomber. Yeah, this is whatever. We're running it back. Yeah, I should have thought about that, Alexis. I didn't see that comment on looting the 2-drop. It's just hard to loot away any action. Like, is there anything worse than looting away any playable into land? But Oppo on the play us with 5 lands, asking to get flooded here, but we do have a fear of death to not die to early aggression. So, and we are producing some blood in the deck. I think I'm going to be... I don't know if it's greedy, but I'm going to keep, knowing that we're risking flood here. You keep a 5-lander, almost... Oh, I can't believe we drew a creature. Like, I feel like 98% of the time I keep 5-landers, my first draw is a land. I feel like the Magic gods know this and are looking for trouble. Yeah, it's not sexy, but I'm going to Fear of Death the Dawnheart. I'm not gonna not. Hey, hey, hey! Look at that. Woohoo! Gotcha, Magic Gods. You tried. He says there's actually 7 more lands on top of the library. Magic Gods. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9 lands and 11 cards. Twelve 12 cards. Ridge Wolf, you're a little bit late, buddy. Could have used you before now. And I'm gonna drop a Watcher and try to ping this Rider before it gets out of range. And next turn we can go Ridge Wolf ping Rider. I like trying to get my pinger down while I still see 1 toughness on the battlefield. Telegraphed Trick there, and we're going to say no blocks, or just a good bluff attack. But they know we can't risk the Watcher, which is why it would be a good bluff attack. This deals damage to any target. We can do that at instant speed. The trouble is, if we're looking to block with this, we're going to need to... If the Paladin attacks, we need to kill this before this can block anyway. In our yard? No. In their yard? No. So... But we can also kill it in response and make them commit to the attack, right? So if I leave the 3 up and pass here, we can make them choose to attack with the Paladin first, because then it's our choice. Then we're saying, hey, look, although they've also shown Trick. I mean, I just feel like we're headed for, if this is a, but maybe maybe it was just a bluff. It was a good turn to bluff attack because they knew I could not block with the Watcher. So this is an interesting choice. But also, I don't know, Ridge Wolf on 3, we can like threaten this thing. All right, I'm going to pick off the Rider. And then we may have to try and trade Ridge Wolf for something like the infantry. Of course, if they send the escort, that says a lot as well. And they do. So we're going to go ahead and trade our Ridge Wolf, presumably for a Trick here. Maybe it's not a Trick. Maybe it's a Trick and they were fine with that trade. Maybe it's just a Wolf Strike they've had the whole time. All right. A Braid is a good card, but not quite good enough here. 2 dead critters says we can draw with the Scob, though. And then Scob plus a Braid is a 1-for-1 with a bounce block. So let's do that. We even have Witness plus a Braid next turn. As you say, our block is good for a little bit anyway. And we still have a Witness plus Scob plus a Braid to beat a Paladin, but not this turn. Ouch. Yeah, Cruel Witness has got to come down, right? Or we could Ridge Wolf and then that's 6. Yeah, that's enough if we want to keep up the snare as well. Yeah, Wolf won't be 3 power, but it'll be 2, and 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 7. So we still get their important. So I think that's worth it to have the snare up. And it kind of disguises what we're up to, and it's also a 1, that's 7 toughness, so even the paladin doesn't get both of these creatures even. So I like this. We have a plan at the very least. If they come up with a human, then we maybe have a disciple that can attack. That's troubling. The sending of the disciple suggests we're gonna just lose to whatever is unblocked, but we might be able to snare it. It's just they have a lot of mana to pay for a snare, so no longer looking very good here, but we gotta stick with the plan. I just don't think that's what's going on here. I think we're at, we can't beat anything. We gotta hope they don't have anything. Because if we chump and eat Disciple, what's our plan for the future? I just don't think we have a plan after that. So we make them have it and play like they don't, even though we expect them to. Yes, yes. Well, now we have, at the very least, we can abrade that in response. And we still effectively end up chumping. We just chump with the Scob instead of the Wolf. And if they come up with a follow here, we can snare that. Yes, indeed. We will. Still in chump mode, unfortunately. But we're decidedly not dead yet.
Is only mostly dead.
Not looking good for the home team in game 2 here. Rubber match it is. But we'll chump it. If they cast a creature here, we can counter it and rummage. And rummaging away a land plus a draw might give us the tools to manage. So we need some two sweet cards here. That's another turn. If this is a land, and this is a land anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and rummage this now. Gotta look for action. All right, all right. Now it gets extra rough, although we do have, don't we just have, we have like a Mirror Hall Mimic. We could copy that thing. It would be too small though. Yeah, this is, oops, sorry. I got distracted trying to figure out what our plan was, but the answer was we didn't have an answer anyway, so oh well. I think we could have kept chumping indefinitely. Let's see, let's see if there were answers and if I was just fooling myself. We'd already used that. We'd already used the Abrade. We needed Reckless Impulse and then like a creature that we could then Sure Strike. Loner was an answer. Yeah, I guess we had like one draw. So maybe I cost us a chance there with one draw. I got a little distracted, sorry. Funny. trying to come up with a plan, and in trying to come up with a plan rendered it moot. But Loner's a good call because that's a single card answer, right? That's what we really needed, is something to stop the chump train. All right, another super rough opener, but another keep, I'm afraid. We got Snare on 3 for their 3. I'm gonna keep. Nah, we have our sideboard is extremely light on options. It's not 0, but nothing we had was worth it. I think it's a keep because we got a real play on 3 and a real play on 4, and we have lots of early stuff. And we're on the play, so even if we don't find a 2, we're not likely to get just completely run over. He says, staring at a 1-drop, but hey, look, clean living or something like that.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here.
I guess I play this to seem a little bit weaker in terms of counter magic. Just noticed our opponent is stuck on 1. Sorry, Oppo. I don't think we're going to have anything to counter because Oppo's not going to have anything to do. And this is where I think we go shields down for a turn, because even at 2 mana, what are they going to do that we're so... Oh no, we should have snared it, right? So yeah, I think we witness now. Or even Skulker. But yeah, Skulker, Witness, they're both 3 power, unblockable. This one at least gives us some extra abilities as we look to close it out. Wow, still no land yet. That is surprising. They're 10 cards deep on 1 land. Tough trick to pull off. And same logic, I'm gonna Skulker, and Oppo can do whatever they can come up with on 2 mana. I think they mulled to 5. I don't know if they mulled to 6 or 5, but you know, they found a land and immediately, you know, they had a 1-drop and immediately had a 2, so maybe they had other 2-drops. There's definitely keepable 1-landers, right? So maybe that was one of them. This only gets unblockable if it attacks alone, but I say, please double block. Now it's going to be just the Heartless Snare to close out any hope they might have had. Yeah, maybe it was 6. Yeah, I think I would have known. Yeah, it was 6. You're right. Snare Chump, or Skulker Chump, keeps them alive for 1 more turn. But the Snare waiting for the next play, yeah, that's so... man, they're doing a great job of even keeping it remotely close. But we're going to just counter that. Yeah, we keep that on top, and then any blocker they come up with is going to be... not enough. This is as over as it gets, I think. Even that... yeah. That was well played, honestly, and well... I mean, they were at 1 for multiple turns and still started to make a game of it there at the end. That was impressive that way.
Thank you.
Now I gotta figure out how to report my win on the blessed website. Let's see. How do I say that I won? Thank you for the sub. I wish I knew what to do. I don't know about God, but good game. Click the score box next to my name. And then what? I don't understand. I hate being the dumb old tech man, but this is bad. UI. You can blame me, but the fact that 90% of software sucks is the real problem. Well, thanks for putting it in, but I would sure like to know how to frickin' use the software I'm supposed to use. Whatever. All right, I'm going to stop being cranky at bad software and try to find my next match. No. Looks like we're good, though. I don't know. If you go to matches and click the match, it will take you on here. I'll show you. You all can. I don't think there's anything sensitive on this screen. So you show me. And then I'll get my opponent up. But look, I want to show you what I'm seeing. If I click on my score box as indicated, I mean, what am I? Okay, here I am. I was here before. It said 0-0, and there was nothing to do from here. I'm supposed to do it here? Like, I just... Here? Here? I give up. Let's play.
Thank you. We got one!
Yeah, but that's exactly what you saw there, Jim, is exactly what was happening to me when there was nothing in there. Okay? But like, so maybe I'm at least showing you that's exactly what happened to me before there was any info entered. Are we on? So we're up against Voxy? Is that my... I'm all out of sorts now. Well, if it's Voxy, I'll know because it'll work when I do this. The bracket site? You mean Ralph Macchio or whatever the Macchiarino? Oh, never mind. Oh, it's Alias V, sorry. Thanks for your patience. Here we go. Keeping that. The ramp makes me want to hold up snare here. Siriano wants double pupper. Yeah, I guess we could go shields down once and the double pupper's pretty good. Let's do that. And there's the creature I wish I'd snared. Spirit. Ooh, that's a Drake, not a Spirit. Couldn't be a Spirit Drake, huh? Oh well. The brackets are correct. I just can't affect the brackets. Yeah, I'm gonna leave up snare. Spirit. It's kind of a sad play, and she can pay for it anyway, so we're gonna let that happen. Man. It's probably some flavor of me, honestly. When yeah, I doubt it was anything but me. We'll see. It's always me. But it's Tech's fault that it's always me. No attacks. Can't tell if Voxy was, or Alias, now I got Voxy, man. I can't tell if Alias was playing around my counterspell or just happened to have that as the action she wanted, but she left a lot of mana fallow, so it feels like she's playing around counter magic, but it's a little tough to do because the more common counter magic is not is not attacks, right? So, all right, that's good. Let's stop that. Hey, look, it's not a land, but it's also not great. I think we play it for no draw value, though. And I don't have attacks on the ground. I could send the Drake, but the Geist could tap down the Scob. I'd like to represent a blocker for the Geist. And if we get into a stall here, then the Geist doesn't do that much. Just a little cha-cha before we untap anyway. That thing's a problem, though. We can offer up 2 Ridge Wolves for it. We can hope we draw our Abrade. Abrade just picks it off as an artifact. We've got Sure Strike. I think we get at 14 can take a hit from it here and see what we draw. Well, I mean, they would be blocking the Spirit if it tried to attack. So they're not doing nothing, but we're getting more and more dire here, so we're going to have to just suck it up and do it. Yeah, maybe I let him just get there with the cavalry. That's true. But we can at least kill the cav in that spot. And then it's not going to fly again next time. Although if they tap down the Drake, I guess we don't kill the cav even, huh? Or the Scob, yeah. Well, pretty straightforward trade for the Geist here, and go to 1. But then actually have outs to survive next turn. This leaves us 4 creatures with R3, and we can find ideally card draw, or ideally a Braid. Oh, I was thinking this would launch it. They didn't do that, right? I don't know why. So then I guess we do this. Yeah, sure. Sorry, I just figured it was flying. But this seems fine to do it this way. Sorry. But probably means we're getting blown out, because Alias could have made it fly, so what's up here? We can't beat a trick. We can't beat not a trick without this we can't beat a trick. We can beat not a trick, so we're trying. Even though it seems pretty clear that trouble is incoming. Unless maybe Alias screwed up and meant to give it flying and just misclicked herself. I can't be the only one in the world who makes mistakes in games of Magic, so it's possible too. But there you go. Landlord today. Somebody send me the rent checks, please. And there's a time in my life this biblical flood that we've had today would really have twisted my undies in a bunch, but it's just kind of funny to me now. You kind of, I almost start rooting for it. It's so unlikely that I just want it to continue. Siriana wants to side out of the land because she's mad at him. I don't know, Siriana. I think we stick with our numerical sensibilities. Hey, I didn't create the meme. I just conceived of it. You can blame Hat. Where's Hat? Should we do that? It would be funny. We can go to 16 and get hosed hard. Sorry, I should actually look and see if there's anything. Again, we just don't have much. We could pivot to white. Let's throw Alias completely for a loop and go white. Let's run it back. You know me, I got the good news for me on sweatsuits is that I always feel like I don't even have the time to enter them anyway. So when I get knocked out early, I'm like, okay, good. I can get all that other stuff done tonight. All right. Protect that bearer. Can find a 2, I wouldn't complain. Hey, it's my parents. My mic was muted on purpose. I was talking to my stepmom. She was trying to get a QR code reader for her phone. She was looking which app to buy or which app to get. And I was like, well, your camera has a QR code reader. Just start with your camera. See if the camera does what you need. I super appreciate my stepmom and her ongoing willingness to try to figure all this stuff out. I'm old man shaking my fist at Matcherino and Streamlabs and all this software and stuff. My stepmom is a soldier. She is like committed to actually learning all the features on her phone, and she really takes it super serial. All right, I guess we're just lantern bearing until we win. That's the plan. What a weird day of Magic. I like what I'm up to better than what Alias is up to. Oh, that's pretty good. Figure things might change here. Although, feels like Alias is going to have to try to land a creature. And I'm ready for that, let me tell you. Oh, that's an excellent creature to counter. Try that. I tell you what. Bobby? Yeah, I almost forgot to rummage. Rummage! All right, everybody. Blood Petal hold up, chill plus siphon seems great. We can fire in an attack first, though. Well, with Sure Strike, it's not completely meaningless, and with chill. Because if Alias tries for a creature, we're going to counter it, and then I'm happy to use Sure Strike to clear out their blocker. And yeah, I'm going to do this, going to do it again. Yeah, I don't want to ditch either of these, but I might go with Chill before the Sure Strike. I'm going to start there.
All right, everyone, chill.
I like land Skulker here. I don't even mind the 7th land. We can actually use it here. That's fine. We'll save that blood for the 8th land. That's inevitably right around the corner whenever. Sometimes blundering around with a blindfold on knocks the right things over. I think there was a 2 mana up where we tapped out for something else, wasn't there? I think Syncopate had a chance to reveal itself and it wasn't that, but maybe we had enough to pay and I'm not remembering right. Put on top. Yeah. It's a clock here. Yeah, it could just be Adamant Will. That's a good call. Well, we have a Sure Strike. We could try and take that out. But I don't care about the damage. I'm going to go ahead and say no blocks, take the 3, and save Sure Strike for a crackback. Although if we're thinking Adamant Will explains a lot here in terms of it would make a flyer to block the bearer and allow the wizard to eat one of these attackers. So maybe I just send the Skulker here. I think that's the way we defeat that play. Or we learn that it was in fact Chill. Well, that 1/1 flyer is awfully pesky for kind of both of these. I don't mind trading off a Lantern Bearer though. Although let's go ahead and kill the wizard before that does any more damage or, you know, gets any worse for us. Could also send first and see how they, if and how they want to block. Celebrant's not getting blocked. Yeah, I guess if they double block, maybe they do. Yeah, let's try. I guess I'm happy with any of their blocks, so let's attack first. And I'm gonna let this happen. I think this is correct. The bearer is fine as a aura anyway. We could throw it on the skulker or the celebrant, you know. Especially, I think I like it on the celebrant if we know we're gonna kill the wizard anyway. Yeah, if we put bearer on celebrant, we basically create 2 3-powered clocks. They can't both be active at the same time, but one can be getting in, and if they answer one, then the other one finishes. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put bearer on the celebrant. And we're going to braid while shields are down as well, yeah. I think this is correct. The Skulker's not untapping next turn anyway, so we hopefully get the Celebrant in for 3, and then the Skulker threatens to finish it off in 2 more. That was my doggy. Yeah, get him to 2 lethal threats. Artifact or enchantment. They can get our essentially get our Lantern Bearer enchant. They're a couple counters away though. I think we're going to try and end this game before then. Pitch this land ASAP. Find more land. I guess we still have some blood production. Celebrant's right there. So I'll keep the land in hand. We do have card draw too, so there's that factor. But right now we're looking at Skulker plus Sure Strike beats a tap out. If they tap out without disrupting our stuff, we win. That's a fine start. It suggests that Alias does not currently have an answer and is digging via cat. Siriana, well, I feel like if the magic gods are against us today, attempting to solve the problem via manipulating our mana base is only going to anger them further, and we'll either get wonderfully screwed or somehow even more flooded on 16, you know? Just gonna take our beating. The magic gods have decided we're taking a land beating, and we're still winning our share today, right? We went 3-3 today, and got out of the first round here. It's definitely how magic gods work, though, Jim. I am an expert. Expert. 1 mana can't even... That's only self-bounce, so I think we just have it. I'm going to show the Sure Strike, but... Oh, we can go to blockers. Scrapped and crawled and scratched and clawed for that one. Scrapped and crawled? I don't... Maybe that too. Scrapped, scratched, clawed, crawled. We did it all. Got a win. Now we need another one, though, where we're done. And I'm still not seeing anything I want to change. I don't like this scob in. Run it back. Too late, Siriana. But I'm hearing you out now. Maybe we'll win this game, and your theory on the day can apply to next round. The 5/5. It was one of, it's a playable card. I kind of like the 3/3s that aren't blockable better, but the 5/5 is not unplayable. I grant you that. Uncomfortable keep, but a keep. It has a strong chance of becoming solid. It is not solid yet. Well, now, see, boom, we're there. But it's just like, you know. And of course, Epicure producing blood is going to help ensure that we get there, but still, getting that third land is pretty huge here. What we really wanted, turns out, was a 2, but I'll take this spot. Do we move something through here? Nah, they didn't do any, Alias didn't do anything, and we're about to play counter mana, so that seems fine. We are 100% land draw so far. That's worthy of note. Go away, you. Cruel Witness or just Skulker? If we go Witness, we can make another Witness, and that's pretty good. Double Skulker, less good than double Witness, really. So let's do that. Go shields down, make a big flyer. Shields down. Alias gonna get something in here. What is it? Hey, we got one of them. So, what's on the other side of this thing? Oh, the make a million copies. Well, we can counter the attempt at a backside. But I kind of like, I think we want the snare for eventually the copy of this. Right? So maybe we, on this turn, we play an island. We go Skulker. Mimic makes the snare, yeah, makes the snare cheaper, but not cheap enough to cast here. So it doesn't change anything for this turn, but it's a fair point. I don't want to offer the Witness for the Witness because then we don't have a Witness to copy. Yeah, you get copies of whatever. You get copies of the Witness, not copies of a clone. So then, well, what's that? Is that Witness? Or is our own Mimic copying another Witness? We could do that. Let's do that. Why not? I like it. And then we can probably pitch the mountain before we untap. And I don't want to offer the trade, though, while our shields are down. pesky play there. Just a big butt in the air. Yeah, I think we pitch the mountain. We don't need Skulker or Snare per se. I want to get rid of... And you know us, we're going to draw land anyway. You would? I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be patient. Show me the action. There's the land anyway. We can go double creature. We could send in everything, and then I think we send everything because we want them to try and do. We want Alias to try and cast the backside of the clone thing, and we can protect against it while casting Skulker. Except I got to keep my own Cruel Witness back in that case. Well, let's. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do this, see what Alias wants to do vis-a-vis blocks, trade what with what. I'm expecting she leaves our thing alive, hers dead, and this is where now... Oh, this is a spirit, so it re-gives me the discount anyway. Looks like I still had it, maybe. Oh, the Cruel Witness was a spirit. Oh, no, we got to keep that one. Anyway, doesn't matter, we're doubled up on spirits, is the point. We got Spirit Protection. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't really think of putting it on your opponent's creature. That's cool. But yeah, we're going to counter it anyway. Ooh, we don't have... Well, I'm going to keep that and offer up the Ridge Wolf. Not the Ridge Wolf. The Epicure. And then we can draw a card off of that. Could even send in the Skulker and they can block that, although we don't want to trade that off for the... we don't want to eat that with the Scob. So, it's a bit telegraphed here, but if Alias doesn't want to give us the free fodder, then we get a point, so that's cool. She might be smelling... 3 points of first strike anyway. And I'm just gonna go... Ridge Wolf? Oh yeah, sorry, Siriana. There you go. There's where I'm not as good at keeping up with chat as, say, Jamie is, you know? Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ridge Wolf. I don't think... It's not like Scott's getting through. Might as well just try to get some card value out of this. Well, they're gonna have to start tapping down the Skulker, so we'll start making them do that. I could still offer up maybe we could send everything. They don't block with the Geist. They trade Spirit for Skulker, but then we can again, I want to... I'm trying to get value out of the Scob, but it's proving difficult. I guess just Skulker. And then Bearer. Maybe I'm just supposed to play the Scob. and not worry about the value? I think I will. It's been, you know, this is oppressive. I like having the extra air support. Scry to the top, interesting. Yeah, I don't know if the 2 points of, or the 1 point of toughness versus defender is that important, but I mean, Ridge Wolf can't attack through a spirit, but it can attack through the other, or can, you know, I don't know. That's a minor upside there. Skulker held down. Now I think I like swinging away in the air, and let's see, is there any terrible blocks? Scob on Lantern Bearer is what I want, because then we can put the bearer, we could put the bearer on the Skulker, although the Skulker doesn't need it. So maybe we just leave the bearer back. And if we attack in with these two, that's going to get 2 points in, right? Because they're not blocking with the Geist. So that's something. And at 12, you know, more than something. It's march to victory if Alias doesn't change something. If Alias spends time tapping the bearer, that's great, because then our Skulker re-enables 3 unblockable. So I think that Geist is stuck tapping down our Skulker in perpetuity here. Unbearable, all these lanterns. Wow, that's interesting. So we're getting offered the Geist. What's that about? Must be the light card, but okay. Ridge Wolf. We can jump the Ridge Wolf, but to what end? Dying in the face of the Scob? Like, it doesn't do much. I'm gonna leave this in the yard for now. Oh, it gets +1/+1. Thank you. Yeah. I totally knew that. It's weird. They're how different they are on that front. Like, most of these just don't add power and toughness unless it's like the only thing it's doing. Funny. Yeah, so let's do it then. That's worth it, I guess. Although we could also do... Yeah, we can't put it on anything that gets through, so... Siphon Essence, do we want that? It's not a land, but it's reactive, and the stuff's already out. But it does stop the next one. I think it's not what we want, though, but... I'm going to keep it. I said it's not what we want, but it's going to give us a chance to effectively draw a card instead of an island, and it's very likely that Alias is going to cast something we can get with it. And now are we sending this and this? If we do that, what are the blocks we're looking at? Are we willing to trade these off? I could send in this as well. And at 10, I think we do. There's no disaster blocks. Everything's at least a trade for 1. I'm going to do it. I don't know. I'm under clock pressure here on multiple fronts. I'm just going to apply the pressure. Okay. Right, we want that. We just take both of those. I think she was quite happy to have the Lantern Bearer dead. A flying 4/4 defender that can sometimes attack is pretty good body here. But really, if we can get rid of that rare, then the Skulker gets it done. We're just, unfortunately, have our Skulker affected. Bunch of 2/5 flyers would be fine. I think you just copy the rare though. You get a bunch of these, and you're pretty good. Although that's a lot of big thinking when we need to find a way. To 8? Ugh. Brutal. There's the essence we knew about, but also this is why I was, it's like, well, it's reactive, and the stuff is already down here. Although we're at 7, this can't attack without something. Well, let's see. Is it enchantment must enter the battlefield? So if it's, but I guess we can't counter an enchantment with this. So if they somehow can trigger it, but unlikely. Anyway. Am I getting back to card sorting? That's the question. Yeah, I might have missed a point there. Sorry. I'm all worried about the air and not thinking about anything else. I want to make Alias worry that we're looking to bounce the aura and block on the ground somehow. Sure. Heck of a draw needed. A braid, you get it done if they don't find... if she doesn't find another answer. So let's try this. Syncopate... for 5 would be the silliest way to lose a Magic game I could come up with. So let's at least do that. I could kill my own thing to start doing the air sequence. No, we need this thing dead. And can we attack? Yes, because this ain't blocking on the ground, so let's get in. And the Epicure can't. Why? You want the Epicure dead? You don't think they'll block it? I mean, I know it's, yeah, right. You're trying to make up for last turn. Unfortunately, we can't make up for last turn. Well, this is okay. That's a lot of card quality for her, but we have the Siphon Essence, assuming she looks for a creature to stabilize. Oh yeah, it was a bigger disaster than that. If we attack with both, the Skulker isn't unblockable, and they eat that instead, which is even scurrier. Yeah, that would do it. Alexis with the hot call. Well, Alexis had to go and be right at the cost of our event. But so be it. At least it didn't come down to that 1 point of Epicure damage.
Is this a dead man, Doctor?
Very dead, Mr. Spock.
Yeah, maybe I should have thought about not killing the aura creature. It just felt like then it was just gonna. Well, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should have given that more thought. It just felt like we were gonna get there with Skulker or not, but I didn't think about it a ton. All right. Well. All right. Y'all want to? All right. How do I? I'm gonna try to report again. Oh, so now it gives me, see, I'm getting an interface it did not show me before, so I don't know. I don't know. But that's all she wrote. We're done. Sorry, gang. Couldn't make it a little farther, but we had some fun, interesting games. Weird draft. Very floody day. So it goes. If a little mana flood's the worst thing that happens to me today, pretty good day.